Hey, what's up, sports fans? Josh Jones here on behalf of myself and Michael Severe for today's episode of the Let It Fly show. We always in for a good one, but I'm going to just say it cliche-wise. You're in for a good one today. We got a former Husker and now, I'm going to just say social entrepreneur on the defensive side of the ball, back then graduate of 2017. Kieron Williams will be coming. He come on the show today and kind of chop it up with what he got going and things like that. Michael couldn't make it in today. He got better things to do than to hang with me, which is all good, Val. I ain't tripping. But, yeah, we in for a good show today. I'm glad to be back with you guys, the people. I feel like sports have been popping. I've been using my I'm the type of person where I ride through the day and I just take notes of things I think about because we always on this platform. So I just want to get into a simple topic first of all. I think we should open the show with Creighton basketball. You know, last week, Val, where you was at last week, man? You was gone. You wasn't here for the Baylor.
I was coming back from Africa.
Oh man, that's legendary. We gotta get into that.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, went back to the motherland. That's dope. But yeah, I was here at the draft party for Baylor Shireman, which was cool. Got a whole lot of family, whole lot of support that showed up and showed out. Man, just seeing the anxiety on his face, because I learned in that draft night that the NBA is business, but it's also politics. For many of reasons that we'll probably get into later on down the show. But I would ask Baylor things like, man, buddy, he just went this number, that number. He's like, man, I killed him in the combine games and all that type of stuff. Man, I didn't think it'd be like this, you know. But just to watch him, like, not necessarily drop, but don't know where he's going to land, but kind of knew the region of where he'd be in, and then be the last pick. Woo! Talk about not thinking you're going to get drafted in the first round. It was crazy. But that moment, I've never seen him really like speechless, family was in here celebrating all that. Coach Mack held it down. It was special. It was special. And then for Trey Alexander, I know his circumstances was going undrafted, plays for the Denver Nuggets right now on a two-way contract. For the most part, I know that there was a little bit of controversy where it was talks about like, man, Trey should come back and stay. To me, I feel like I don't really know what was going on in of his circumstances. Was it some guaranteed money involved, or did you feel like it was all you can do in your Creighton career or whatever? My perspective on that is like at the end of the day, as long as he pan out to where he want to be, then he made the right decision, I guess. On the side of coming back to college, I kind of look at it as something where it's like, man, NIL is real now. I'll be thinking back to if NIL was around when I was here, man, the bags would be. I'd be like Santa. I'd be like Santa Claus with the bag. But to me, it's like if he stayed, he could have came back and got a deal, NIL wise, helped Creighton make another run as far as they could in the tournament. But going to the NBA, like I said, he obviously is ready to play. I mean, I'm gonna get on some of Baylor's stats too, but with Trey, last game that he played, I was impressed, and it seems like they want him to run the one. I know Jamal Murray, just thinking about the actual regular season, he a little bit injured. I don't really think they got that many backup point guards. I got to do a little more research, but Trey he had 18 points and 8 rebounds in the summer, and he's averaging 16 and 5 right now. So it's Trey-like numbers on that high level of basketball. We know Trey can get a bucket. We know Trey can play with poise on that level, and he proved that he actually belongs. So who's to say, going undrafted, and have a story where he slept on and he ended up doing something like a Draymond Green. You just never know. But I'm so proud of him and so proud of Baylor too. Baylor had in his last game. I ain't gonna cap. Like, I just kind of felt like, he was getting the kinks out. He went one for 8 from 3, 5 from 8 from the free throw, 3 for 10 from the field goals, and had 12 points. But this is the thing, though. This kind of shows why Baylor is Baylor and why he kind of fits the Celtics system, but also why, like, he was drafted in the first round. The fact that he has 6 rebounds, like, Baylor, even if he ain't hitting, he going to get in there and make a play. Getting the 6 rebounds, he had two assists and 2 steals across 29 minutes. You know, so I just kind of felt like he played he didn't have a good shooting night, but he played a complete game still. So that's kind of what you're going to expect from Baylor his whole career. He going to get you some boards. He going to hit the open shots. He can make plays. So for him to do what he did, I thought that was dope. The Celtics, I mean, obviously they already stacked with a championship team. Who's to say how he'll end up playing during the season or not, but I know he going to help. Definitely know Trey's going to help. I can't wait to see how it's going to end up for him. It's fun watching him through the summer. But when we come back, we're going to chop it up with former Husker, Kieron Williams, right here on the Let It Fly show.
On a Sunday. Gotta go. I forgot the sausage. You guys ready to eat? There you go. On a Sunday.
Hey, what's up, people? We back on the Let It Fly show. Like I said, we got a special treat for you. Today's guest, Kieron Williams, man, former Nebraska. How do people want to when they talk about the Huskers? How do you like to say, like, just former Husker defensive specialist? You did your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was all right, man. I like black shirt.
Yeah,
I like
black shirt.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
I
for
like
sure.
black
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah, black shirt.
For sure.
Kieron Williams, man. Thanks for stopping by, bro.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I love what y'all got going on at Let It Fly. It's something that Nebraska needed.
No doubt.
And I love how y'all have integrated the sports into the entertainment. It's
For
awesome,
sure.
bro.
Let's talk sports first. I mean, because I feel like I want to spend more time on what you're doing today.
For sure.
But like for the people out there who ain't seen you, man, like reflecting back as a former Husker, man, how you feel about your experience in your career?
Man, it was a blessing, bro. I mean, just seeing that, originally I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, so I went to the Air Force Academy fresh out of fresh out of high school.
How did that happen?
So I ended up originally I was wanting to commit to Ole Miss, but I tore my knee. I tore my quad, my patella going into my would have been my freshman year, bro.
Word.
Yeah, God just worked it out for me, and I ended up going to the prep school because they had a program over there at Air Force. And then my coach, who was on the Hill at the time, he was like, "Hey, man, I'm about to go to Nebraska. You want to come with me?" Coach Warren, he was I think it's just at Florida.
Yep.
And he's just like, I'm like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." And
Dang.
so ended up coming to Nebraska.
But you never been to Nebraska before then.
I had never been to a Nebraska football game until I played in one.
For sure.
So that was.
What was your impression about Nebraska? Like the spectrum, the people, the field.
Yeah.
Did you think it was black people here or no?
Nah, and I was full of Pepto-Bismol, bro, because it was 90,000 people. You gotta remember, I came from the prep school, bro. There was games there was nobody.
I know how prep is.
For sure.
I know how prep is. It's a grind.
Right.
It's like Last Chance U.
Exactly. Last chance you, bro. Fighting coaches and everything. Like, what are we doing? So
no doubt.
Yeah, bro. So coming from that, then coming to Nebraska, it was a blessing, bro. It was a blessing.
Okay. So looking at the Husker team now or whatever, like since you've been a part, like once you blood, you always blood.
For sure.
But like looking at where they at now with Coach Rule and all that, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I love what they have going on. I just want to see it play out.
No doubt.
Because I'm
coming from a player.
For sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a J-sker because I'm from the turf. I'm from Nebraska.
For sure.
I played for Creighton.
Right.
But I'm a Husker fan.
Right. For sure.
Niles Paul is my boy.
Yeah. That's my dog.
Childhood best friend.
For sure. That's
you
my
feel
dog.
me? But I be telling him all the time, like, man, I ain't drinking y'all Kool-Aid.
Right.
And he ain't drinking it either.
Right. For sure.
But to hear somebody else say that is refreshing because like you want them to win. You feel me?
Sure.
Yeah, so like, I mean, like, what the defense was versus like what you bought when you played versus what it went through to where it's going to now.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that transition?
I mean, I love the fact that we going back to a 4-man front. I'm a 4-man front guy. I mean,
doubt.
I played in a 3-man front 3 of my years, but I mean, Coach Bo ran a 4-man front.
Yep.
So I like physical defensive lines.
Right.
I like linebackers who do their job, and I like safeties and cornerbacks who make plays on the ball. So
For sure.
I think now we getting back to that.
Yeah.
And I think being in the Big Ten, every week is game week. Like
Okay.
I remember playing, bro. Like you got Penn State, Ohio State, Illinois.
Right.
Like it ain't gonna be no slouches.
Every game
like
a big game.
Yeah, every game a big game. Even
No
the
doubt.
teams that people will be like, oh, that's a slouch, bro.
Right.
Indiana was not no slouch. Indiana
Man.
was just as hard as Oregon.
Man.
People ask me.
Right. How do you feel about like the fact of like, so what I'm understanding now, Coach Rue is doing everybody getting reps at the same time. Was y'all on that when you was in the system?
Nah, for us it was earn your keep.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You earn what you kill. So, and I mean, whatever he is doing, he must see something that the team will respond to. So
No
I
doubt.
respect whatever his decision is, but I think it's always about let the best man play.
For
So,
sure.
and maybe that's what he's doing. He's getting everybody reps now, so he can see who
Right.
is the best.
Yep.
Which was something that always didn't happen when we was in, because if you was a freshman, you might not see that field.
No doubt.
Because are you ready for this?
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Boom. So you graduate, and then right out of there, I think you go play in the UFL.
Yeah, so I went to a
Yeah.
league. It was called the AAF.
Oh, AAF?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it was a
What
spring league.
what city was you
Phoenix.
in?
I was
Okay.
in Phoenix, so I was with the Phoenix team out there. My coach that was out there. Now I'm blanking his name.
No, it's all good.
Rick Neuheisel.
Yeah.
Rick
Shout out
Neuheisel.
Coach.
Rick
Yeah.
Neuheisel, he used to be the coach at Colorado, and they were
Yep.
really good as well. And bro, Coach Rick, he just really loved who I was as a player, let me get some playing time. And in the time that I came out, I would have been one of those guys that would have been like a practice squad, something like that.
No
And for me,
doubt.
I wanted to bet on myself. And
Right.
so the AAF came out. I said, you know what? Instead of going to practice squad route and maybe getting cut and not getting to play
Yeah, because you
again,
could have did that.
yeah, for
sure.
sure. I chose, okay, I'm going to go make me some bread,
Right.
get me some game film on tape, and then go from there.
No
And then,
doubt.
Unfortunately, the league ended up folding after 8 games, and then
Yeah.
I had to go to Canada afterwards. But, bro,
Right.
God work everything out.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
Was there any point in your career where, like, I mean, just a little bit about me. High school, I had open heart surgery.
For sure.
Still hoop.
For sure.
College, I came back, played matter of fact, I passed out at Nebraska.
Damn.
Like, at the Pinnacle. So I didn't get to finish my career.
Yeah.
But I say all that to ask you, was there any point in your career, did you start thinking about, like, a little bit of what you're doing today? Like, or was it just football?
I've always thought about it, bro, because we always had an off season. So when I really started running my brand, I started it in 2018, and I mean, my first real interview and sit down was with Gary V.
Yeah.
So that was nothing but
Gary
God.
V. How'd you do that?
Shout out to Chris Jones.
Okay.
Corner that played
Corner.
in Nebraska. He was
Yeah.
signed over there to VaynerMedia, and
Right.
that's when I was really first learning about business plans and stuff like that. And I was
Word.
like, I know I want to do something outside the game. And this is before it was cool. This is 2018, so this
Right.
ain't post-pandemic. This is when people still thinking social media is weird.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
no, I dig it.
for sure.
I dig it.
For sure.
Yeah, so how'd you even get into let's talk about the brand. I mean, we're gonna get back to sports, man,
sure.
but I'm all about today.
For sure.
Yeah. So how did you get into the brand?
Yeah.
Like, was it a thing where you was in college and y'all was like, it'd be dope, or
Yeah.
was it just always a harder? And what is the brand? Tell the people out there
for
who
sure.
don't know.
So the brand is Bet on Yourself. We have Bet on Yourself Studios and Bet on Yourself Clothing. It's a vertically integrated brand, similar to anything that you've seen with Jay-Z and Nipsey and people like that, to where we have something that's going to funnel to feed the community, and it's not just about me. Hopefully after I go, somebody keeps this going, just
sure.
like Polo, Nike, and Under
No
Armour.
doubt, no doubt.
So the goal of it is to motivate other people to bet on themselves, to help companies bet on themselves, and to wear something that makes you feel good about yourself.
Got you. Like people empowerment.
For sure.
I respect that. So you started that in 2018?
Yeah, started in 2018.
Word.
And we've been having big projects ever since. We've went to Spain, we went to Monaco, we've worked with Berkshire Hathaway, Terrence Crawford, Teray Stevenson, Shakur Stevenson, Jared Anderson. If you name it, we've done some work with them, some brand collaboration, something like that. And one of our latest athletes is Laney Choboy, who's on the volleyball team in Nebraska. So man, God just worked everything out. I couldn't have wrote a better story for the last 6 years.
For
bro.
sure. Is this your new football? Do you feel about the brand the way you felt
For
about?
sure. Yeah, for sure, bro, because you get the same jitters. I got jitters coming up here to do this interview. If
Dang,
get
because
the
you like
same-
media.
Yeah, for sure. I love media,
Yeah,
bro.
respect.
I love storytelling. I love everything that has to deal with branding and brand.
For sure. What would you tell somebody who is up and coming playing sports in correlation to reinventing yourself in your second act? How to balance those both?
Well, I don't know if you ever read the book 48 Laws of Power, but
Yeah,
for sure that's one of the laws, bro. You got to be able to reinvent yourself, and the cool thing about reinvention is usually God gives you something that you already have. When he
It's in you.
Yeah, he told Moses, he said, "What's in your hand?"
Yep.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
staff.
So you already had it. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? So I think that's how it works.
That's dope.
For sure.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
So you say you went abroad and things like that. Like, so Gary Vee was your first, like.
He opened the door.
That's
He opened the door
okay.
for
So
sure.
now, how big is your team? I know I've been a part of a lot of experiences where there are big things popping, and there's only like 3 to 5 people running it. You know,
that's us, man.
So yeah.
I mean, I got my head of content creation, Ryan Hupp.
Yeah, we're gonna connect, bro.
He's one of the best out there. I got Byron Gully that I work with. I got Malaby Bird, and then I also, my girlfriend, she's a huge help. She might not say she's a part of the
Second set of eyes,
but to me,
my wife's the same.
For sure, man. So like, I mean, that's my team, and you know, I try to do the best that I can to make sure that I can take care of my team and make strategic plays for us to be successful.
How did y'all cross paths, like, for everybody that you put on the team? Like, was anybody in college with you, or it's just along the way?
So, I mean, Byron Gully, who one of my best friends that I moved out here, he grew up 4 houses down from me.
Dang.
So, when I got done with college.
Was y'all own anything? So,
for sure.
How was he growing up?
We was opposites, bro. So I went to a school that was 45 minutes away from our neighborhood. And he
like
went
every
to school
day?
Yeah, every day. So I would have to ride. Sometimes, bro, I would ride the bus for an hour and 15 minutes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah, okay.
Sure. So yeah, bro, I would have to ride the bus to school, and he grew up in the neighborhood. So really, when we was in college, we didn't get a chance to really kick it. And this, I'm talking about, this my best friend. Like when your mama locked the door.
Yeah.
Your mama locked the door because you got home late.
Yeah.
I go sleep at Byron.
For sure.
That's my dog. Like
yeah.
That. So,
yeah.
And then Ryan, we met through social media, bro. I seen some of his work that he was doing.
And when you was blown.
Man, for sure. He'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He came out the sky through an airplane, bro, and came down. I said, "Oh yeah, I need him on the team."
I need him on the team.
Yeah, I said,
real talk, bro.
Sure. I said he doing stuff. He was doing things, bro, as a high school kid at the time. Believe that.
No doubt.
I wasn't even seeing grown men do. So I had to bring him on. And then Malaby Bird, I just met him recently the last few years.
Okay.
So, yeah, man.
Oh man, that's nice, dude. So what's some projects or some things that we can expect coming up with the brand?
Man, we got a lot of things brewing. I can't really let too much out, but
respect. Respect.
But man, we got just know y'all gonna see a lot of stuff that's coming, man. I would say the most recent thing that we have worked on that I was excited about, and most people probably seen it, was what we did with Terrence Crawford when he beat Earl Spence.
No, he didn't beat him. He beat his ass.
When he beat his ass.
My God, he beat his ass.
When he took care of business.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So that was something that we were proud of, and that
shout out Bud for sure.
Yeah, this Saturday, man, everybody come out and support this man, because I was there in 2017 when nobody was really talking about Bud, and he wasn't getting the fights that he wanted, and he was saying, man, I wanted to fight these guys, and they wouldn't fight him because they knew what was gonna happen. Yeah. So
it's good. It's good to hear that from somebody like you, because I mean, we from the neighborhood.
For sure.
Like I played against this dude.
For sure.
And when we was young kids, and like to hear somebody who ain't from the turf,
for sure,
hold it down like they from the turf,
for sure.
That's love, man, for sure. What about like let's talk about Bud. Talk about boxing a little bit.
Yeah.
Since you've worked with him, you've seen his work ethic.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people see the finished product.
Yeah.
They know Bud is a straight dog and it's in him.
For sure.
But what about Bud from your perspective that you've seen that make him who he is today?
He's the hardest working man in the room at all times. And it's not just, it's from the pace to the weights that he's doing to how he's doing it to as many days that we go in a row. Like, we'll have some days, bro, it's hard as hell for 5 days in a row.
For sure.
And he's the first one in, the last one out, and he is also making sure that you ain't missing no reps too. So,
no
you
doubt.
know, most people when they great, and I've been around some great ones, they'll tend to just be, all right, I'm finna get my work. He gonna make sure you getting your work too. So,
right.
He'll do it. I like being around.
That's a good perspective.
For sure.
Now, you also mentioned Shakur Stevenson. Obviously, he brewing on social media with the Is What It Is podcast, Cameron Mace. Right. Really, it's a lot of, social media is social media, so everybody talking, but it's kind of, them times when people bagging and then somebody laughs too hard and you look like,
hey, boy.
That's how they treat it.
Hey, boy, what you laughing at, boy?
That's how he did with Mason Cameron.
For sure, right.
So, like, from your perspective or whatever, not even about the pillow hands joke and all that,
for sure.
Just like about his fighting style.
Yeah.
From your perspective or whatever, like, do you feel like he boring? Do you feel like it's just his style? Or, I mean...
I mean, I feel like it's exactly like what Roy Jones said. I don't know if you saw his podcast.
I didn't hear his take.
So he sat down with Steven Jackson. He was talking about like how you have an excavator, and if you ever seen an excavator, when it digs up dirt, the wheels have to be close enough to get into the action.
Gotcha.
What he was saying about Shakur is that he's not a boring fighter. He just take his wheels out too early, and he don't get a chance to make that impact that he can't make. So I think he's going to. I think he's going to take those adjustments.
Yeah. So he's waiting on you to come to a certain. He had land a knockout, but you got to be right in the right place.
For sure. And I think where he's about to get, he's about to go into the next level of his career. He's going to take it there, and now he has the eyes to do it. And I think everything is strategic. Like we talked about the book 48 Laws of Power, man. Like all attention is good attention if you use it right, as long as you're not going against who you are as a person. And I think through everything that I've been seeing, he ain't going against nothing. Like he is that. Yeah, he is. He gonna talk crazy to you.
That's who he is. So a lot of people think he's tweaking.
Nah,
but that's just
who he is.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that about Kanye West. Like, matter of fact, it's weird, bro. Like, so I was doing business with a dude. With a white guy, randomly came to the house. We chopped it up. He said, "Bro, I gotta show you something." Yeah. And he was going through his phone, and he showed me. Remember when Kanye had bought the land in Wyoming?
Right.
He was a realtor. His homie was one that sold him. Right. Yeah, and they at the table eating. Right. He's showing it to me and all that, and he's like, "Man, this is just who this guy is."
Right. It's just who he is.
Yeah. Sure, so I feel that. Like everybody, the Kanye we see. He been like that.
And if you listen to his music, he been telling us the whole time. Every single album, the reason that we loved it, the reason that we love College Dropout is because we could connect. Because at some point, all of us went to college or did not.
Right.
And so it's at some point the music we started as I feel like as a big base of people started to lose a connection. Cause
no doubt.
So, we ain't got no Maserati.
No,
we can feel it and we can jam our head to it on the weekend.
I know I got this backpack in this class on Monday.
Right. So. For sure.
That's real, bro. Right. For sure. What about so you say you went to Spain and you went abroad. How did that jump and what did you do over there?
So that pretty much came from a play with Gary Vee. I connected with his cameraman. His name is D-Rock. And D-Rock, he had a project that he was working on, and he needed somebody to help on the social side and stuff like that. And on the company, it was called Omni Real Estate Group. So they're based out of Spain. Their CEO, Alex. What's up, Alex? I'm gonna post this on IG so you can see it. You're gonna get that repost bro, that you've been asking me for, bro. You're gonna get it.
Yes, sir.
So man, I went over there, did some work with them, and it was dope. And then ended up getting some opportunities after that in the real estate game after that. So shout out to Gary Vee again for the alley.
What's the 5-year plan for like where you see the brand coming in 5 years? Like you know, like I'm one to believe that like you don't just work for what's in front of you. Sometimes opportunities come from when you just having your head down, but you got to have it not necessarily an end goal, but like on the highest level, what does a brand look like?
I mean, I think when we look at what a company can be, it's not necessarily about what I think it can be, but it's about what my team believes it can be and the direction that they believe it can go, because I can only push it so far. My vision is only going to take it so far. So I think it's just about making sure that we align, making sure that we're making the right decisions, and the success is going to come.
No doubt.
It's going to work itself out.
No doubt. How can people get a hold of the brand, tap in with you on social media and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, so my Instagram is just Kieron Williams, KIERON.Williams on Instagram, and then Bet on Yourself Clothing is betonyourself.clothing, and that's our website as well. Is betonyourself.clothing is our website.
Do you feel like since you done playing sports, like it's kind of
who said I was done?
Oh, that's okay. Now let's talk. Like, where you at with it with sports? Like what are you currently doing now? Whether it's just staying active because you're so focused on a brand or playing, where you at?
Man, we healed. Man, I had a AC injury. Game 8 of my first UFL season. I had to sit out. That was practice
months. Or a game?
It was in a game. And I went out on my shield how I do. If anybody that watched me in Nebraska know I'm bringing that hat. That's just how I play.
For sure.
So, I went out on my shield, and now we recovered. Now we coming back, and just stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned to Fox and CBS or something like that.
That's heavy. For sure. What about you ever tap in with the school? Like, you ever go back to the games?
Yeah, for sure.
Stuff like that?
Yeah, I go to the games, man, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm critical because I want to see us be great. So some people, they see my tweets and they think I'm very critical.
Time I'm talking to somebody to keep it real about the Huskers.
I mean, it's the thing, bro.
Yeah.
Faking it is gonna get us where?
Nowhere. Yeah, you're right. No, I respect that 100%. And the thing is, I'm coming. My energy is not coming from a place with Coach where it's like, I think he on the up and up.
For sure.
You know,
Me too.
like we ain't there, but I feel like each year, each game, each practice, each possession,
We getting better.
I see it.
Yeah, we getting
literally.
better.
You know, but like I'm trying to like compete with the like. I'm trying to drop 1.5 for a quarterback sometime.
Yeah,
I want the
let's talk-
static
man,
that Colorado got.
Let's talk about that.
You know,
I'm finna look directly. This is my camera.
yep, right there.
Spend the bread. Spend the money that we need to spend to be great. NIL is a thing now. We all know it. It ain't no hiding it. Texas A&M got the most money. I'm sure here in Nebraska, being the only school in the state that we can find the money to find us the best players. Let's have the best players on the best team, and let's pay these kids what they worth to be here, and let's go win some national championships. It's about time, or at least go bowling.
I feel you. To this camera and that camera, give a sound bite to the Husker faithful. You know, let them know how you feel about them, man.
Yeah, I love the Husker faithful. Go Big Red, and I appreciate all the blessings and all the support that I've ever received here, and I look forward to the future of Nebraska and what it holds, man.
Kyron,
For
you're a
sure.
legend, bro.
Appreciate you.
I can
bro.
rap with you anytime,
For sure.
dog.
It's love,
for real.
bro.
Hey,
For sure.
we'll be right back with the wrap up of the show. My man Kieron Williams, man, on the Let It Fly show. All right, I want to say thank you to my guest, Kieron Williams. That was dope. I said Kieron in the beginning. My bad on that. But I thought it was cool. I mean, to be a former Husker and have all he got going on now today, man, it's cool. Like, it's always good seeing, especially like when I see up and coming athletes under me after college and see them doing something after sports. Amazing. I mean, because there's a point in your life where it's like sports is all you know. Everybody got dreams of making it to the NFL. Everybody got dreams of making it to the NBA and all these other different professional athletic sports. But at the end of the day, like either you going to retire from sports or sports going to retire you. And for him to still have something shaking and be an entrepreneur, I thought that was dope. I do definitely want to talk about a few other topics before we get off. I got my phone. Back on basketball, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. I mean, since they've been in the WNBA, I'm not even gonna lie. I've been I've been watching WNBA basketball before this point. Definitely, obviously not as frequent, but I do know about WNBA basketball just because we got one of Nebraska's own, Vonnie Turner, who played for years with the Phoenix Mercury. You know, so we got somebody from the city that's been in the WNBA. We got Jess Shepard that plays in WNBA. So I've been watching it just because I've just been supporting our own people. But since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has been in the WNBA, viewership has obviously went up. I guess the big question right now, Val, is who is going to be the Rookie of the Year? And I've watched a few podcasts. I've read a few articles, and they always say something like, if it was right now today, you know, some people say Angel Reese, some people say Caitlin Clark. And I just kind of feel like even if we try not to divide the line in the sand, it's hard to like kind of not like feel some type of way if it goes one way versus another, just for the simple fact of like, I mean, you just got to call a spade a spade. You know, we live in a country that can be very segregated at times when it comes to color. So, I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, whoever wins it, like there won't be an asterisk, but there's going to be some type of hate regardless, just because, you know, there's going to be a narrative behind why they won, you know. So, I mean, but right now, 26 games into the season, Caitlin Clark has scored or assisted on 915 points. That is a rookie single-season record, and her 213 assists are second most by a rookie in league history and are approaching Tisha Pinichero's record of 225. Also, I think she's the first. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Fact check me on Twitter if I'm wrong. But I think she's the first rookie with a triple-double or something like that. So she hooping, you know. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't think the Fever are as good as – I mean, her records are her records or whatever, but they ain't the best team. They ain't at the top of the league. I mean, let alone the sky either, but I'm just saying. And then, I mean, also you got to look in the head-to-head, who won versus the other when they played against each other. But Angel Reese, for her, she sets the WNBA record for consecutive double-doubles with 13. And this might be old as I'm speaking about this today on the Thursday. And she passed legendary icon Candace Parker, whose mark of 12 was set in 2009 and 2010 season. And she's also leading the league in rebounding with 11.9 a game. To me, I just kind of feel like because of the type of player that Angel Reese is, she won't be able to. It's like Bird and Magic, to keep it real with you. Like they don't even got the same style of play, but they impact the game just the same. So like it's kind of like pick your poison. Like what style of play you like. But me, if I had to absolutely pick today on who would be the rookie of the year, I think I would have to roll with Angel Reese. But look, as I say that right now, you might automatically go, oh, he's saying that because she black, or he's saying that because she the underdog. I'm going to let you figure out the reasons why on your own. But to me, I just think the way she's playing, how consistent she's been playing, consecutively and all that type of stuff. I mean, you can go either way. But if you got to flip a coin, cool. I'm going to just go with Angel Reese. That's just going to be my answer there. Moving on. We're going to move on to Bronny James. That is another super hot topic. I got homies who live out in L.A. who've been saying, like, man, it's been deep at these Summer League games. Just everybody want to come see if Bronny really like that, And also, where they stand with it, if he belong in the NBA or not. They even showed Jaylen Brown. I thought when you was a league player, Val, you're supposed to talk like this so nobody reads your lips. You feel me? He probably ain't even tripping because he ain't even mean no harm like that. It kind of sucked just because, who knows that you got somebody just in your face recording you from across while you talking. Maybe they overheard him. I don't know. He probably ain't tripping. I do respect and appreciate Rich Paul for keeping it professional. They probably know Jaylen Brown's character, so, they ain't really tripping with him or nothing like that. Right? Then you know what I'm saying?
Wait, what did Rich do?
Rich just was just basically like, you know what, man? That's his opinion. He's an expert. He's an NBA champion and an NBA player. So I can respect his perspective and point of view. It's kind of like people to say, because I'm definitely going to talk about it, that somebody don't know shit about boxing. You ever heard somebody say that? Yeah. So Rich is just basically saying, all right, he a hooper, NBA champion, finals MVP, number 2 option on the Celtics, basketball player himself, so his expertise can be validated in his respective opinion. So he's not necessarily saying he right or wrong. He just respect where he coming from, and he ain't mad at him. I don't know what go on behind the scene, and don't be mad at the messenger, Jaylen Brown, because, I wish they had a poll in America about how many people feel like Bronny is ready versus not ready, to keep it real, man, is Trey playing right now? All right, do your thing, bro. He just got a bucket while I'm talking. But, it's one of them things where it's I'm not knocking anybody for how they feel. I do watch people, though, because, a lot of people want to be cool with LeBron James. So, they afraid to say what they really think if they think he's not good enough. Some just going to ride or die for him because they say, oh, man, he's a kid. He's a rookie, And then also, some people just stay out of it. Me, this is my true opinion. It's like different tiers. The first tier is this. I got a 5-year-old son. I got a 6-month-old daughter. If I'm in a position to contribute to the game of basketball so much that I can single-handedly set a platform for my actual biological seed to get an opportunity to live out his dream, that's my dream right there. So whether he can hoop or not, if I got an inside play to get him in the door because of who I am, I'm with it. I am 100% with it. And this ain't got nothing to do with the GOAT conversation. That's a GOAT move right there, though. I ain't going to. That's a GOAT move. Just as a father, that's a GOAT move right there. Michael Jordan is my GOAT, though, at the end of the day. But sometimes I say Kobe because that was my boy growing up. But anyway, that's a GOAT move. So that's how I see the actual move being made. I do remember going back to, I take it way back to high school when he made the McDonald's All-American game, and they felt like Mikey Williams got snubbed just for the simple fact that, like, the hype of him was way higher off of his highlight tapes. Also, his stats were way higher. And because he got in trouble with the gun situation or whatever that was, people were saying that they put Bronny in place of him just because of that. With that being said, saying that they didn't think like he was a McDonald's All-American. So he been getting scrutinized since back then. I mean, but obviously you would if you're the son of the face of the NBA, you know, or the number 2, top 3 greatest basketball player of all time. You know, however you want to see it. Some of y'all say 1, that's cool. But, you know, with that being said, do I think LeBron James' son is ready for the NBA? He a rookie. So how much can you expect from a 55th pick is how I look at it. I mean, like, I think he should go play in the G League, you know, get his reps up, you know, get his experience up. Yeah, LeBron is your dad, but that don't mean that he's actually ready to go and compete at a high level and actually impact the Lakers right now. To me, it don't look like he's ready to go, like, compete in a regular season game and impact it on where LeBron trying to get to another championship beyond just playing on the court with your dad. But I feel like in a 2-year span of time, for him to be picked 55th in the draft in the second round, I think that he should go to the G League, get some reps there. Obviously, sit on that LA bench. You got to hold it down. You know, he is going to hold it down. Ain't no gotta. You going to hold it down. You know, get better, get some reps. Whether the Lakers win or losing or whatever, I mean, they put you in the game. You just got to stick with the grind. He looked like a kid that he don't really care what nobody think or say anyway. If he does, he don't show it to me. But his stats, you know, like, I mean, I'm an eye test guy. You know, sometimes you can impact the game without putting up 50 points in a game. But he's been having a horrible summer league thus far. And in 4 games, he averages 4.3 points a game. He's shooting 7 for 31 from the field, 0 for 15 from the three-point line. I can experience and know if he's going through a shooting slump just with the pressure, not even just of people saying he ain't ready, but just as an athlete. I went 3 for 16 in my first couple of games in college. So, like, I was like, psychologically, like, tripping with myself, like, man, like, I'm forcing it, you know. Rebounds 3.8 a game, assists per game 1.5, and then steals 1.3. And the Lakers are 0-4 in games Bronny played. And so to me, I look at it as maybe just the Lakers summer team ain't good. I never expected him to come in and be any more than, like, I don't know, this is just me. No disrespect, but like a Patrick Beverly or like a Avery Bradley. Yep, like, you know, all those type of things or whatever. So to me, I mean, you could go back to the point where you talk about, like, man, like, maybe he could have stayed in college. You know, yeah, he probably could have stayed in college, to keep it real with you. But since he got the opportunity because of like, there's a fine line with saying because of his dad putting him on, but also because he earned it. I don't want to get in that area. Now the stats and the numbers and the eye test don't look like he really earned it to me. But at the same time, like, I mean, it don't matter. He there, you know. So, like, who am I to say that though? But why you are there is what matters now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you are there. I think you should hit the G League for a little bit. Get those reps, and then in the midst of that, you know, be ready to play. Just stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. I know you in the gym. Especially, you can't not deny the fact that the world is watching. That's the only thing that I don't want to happen. Like, you ain't really tripping. Like, no, man, you LeBron James' son. So carry that chip on your shoulder. Carry that crown on your shoulder. You a prince, my dude, my boy. You a prince. So, like, you ain't got to be LeBron, but you got to be Bronny. but you still got to, it's in your blood, so you still got to walk around with some chip, some type of DNA. So for me, I think about the people who went undrafted in the second round because of that circumstances too, and I'm thinking like, man, that's when I was talking about earlier with Baylor with politics. It's kind of like Baylor said he was busting people, but then again, what about what a team needs? What about who had a great combine and kind of jumped some people, and some people dropped down? There's so many scenarios to this situation. So I don't know, man, but hit that G League. Stay hungry, and that's all really I gotta say about that. Lastly, you know what? I'm gonna wait till Michael get back to talk about that. I was gonna talk about boxing, but yeah, because I'm gonna just leave it at this, man. Next time you see me, man, I want to talk about my top 5 boxers that's coming out. My top 5, pound for pound list, top 5, and then an honorary. We're going to talk about Shakur Stevenson and all that type of stuff. There's so much to talk about with boxing, but I'm going to wait for Michael on that because me and him got different opinions on boxing. We just see boxing different. It's crazy. It's crazy how. But anyway, we want to say thank you to our sponsor, Bud Light. Easy drinking for easy buckets. You can get your Bud Light anywhere. It's hot outside, so you can go crack one from the fridge right now and just step outside and drink it, or you can drink it inside, or you can just come down here to this elevated experience, and order some Bud Light with your meal. With that being said, I want to give a special thanks to my man Val. I appreciate you, bro. Glad you back, my dude. Also, our executive director, Phil, our social media maven, Meg, and Mac Pittman on our production team. I'm Josh Jones on behalf of myself and my guy, Michael Severe. You know how we do it. It's a Let It Fly show.